What's good, y'all, man? We got out of stream Multiverse of Madness, post-credit scene, spoiler warning. You feel me, man? I know not a lot of people didn't watch it. You feel me? But people don't still watch the video, you know, that's how it is. You know, I love spoilers too. I know everybody else do too. You know what I mean? Type shit. But yeah, though, we're gonna check this video out, man. Like it up, sub, and yeah, and don't ask me how I watched it. I watched the movie too, and it was 10 out of 10. No cap. But no cap. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Not no 8, 9 on 9. It was 10 out of 10. No cap. Good ass movie. Y'all, you know, y'all should watch it. No cap. But and don't ask me how I watch it. But yeah, let's get it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfire's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness delivered two very short and to the point, but very poignant post-credit scenes, one of which introducing a...
There was, like, the movie, it was just right on the money. It wasn't no slow pace. It was just like, you know, scene after scene. It was good, though. It was actually good, though.
Brand new and fan favorite character into the MCU, possible love interest for Doctor Strange going into the third film, and a guaranteed return to the Dark Dimension, maybe even the return of Dormammu. We'll explain who this character is and how she's related. We'll also go over the second post-credits stinger. However, major spoiler warning, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness yet, we're not only going over the post-credit scenes, but certain details will apply to the end of the film. So if you don't want that ruined or you haven't seen it yet, you might want to come back and check on us. Don't worry, we'll still be here. We're breaking down everything for the two post-credit scenes for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But first, if you could, consider hitting the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews like we're covering today, to the occasional industry insider scoop and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, consider hitting the sub button and leaving a comment down below. That will automatically enter you for our ongoing PS5 giveaway, which we are right around the corner from another giveaway right now. So if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So the very first post-credit scene shows Doctor Strange walking down the street. Now, after the end of the film, which we're going to touch on here in a second, it's good to see that he's recovered somewhat. Out of nowhere, you hear a female say Doctor Strange, and when he turns around, it's Clea, played by none other than Charlize Theron. We know it's Clea because of the purple costume. I had a couple of you DM me and say,
I don't read comic books, but okay.
Wow, Psylocke in the MCU, only because I will admit that her hand using that blade looked a little bit like Psylocke's. It was very Psylocke-esque, but we know it's Clea given her purple color costume and her relationship to Doctor Strange. She then says that he's caused an incursion, but they're gonna fix it unless he's afraid, and cuts a hole in reality right there on the streets of New York. We can clearly see that the hole that she's cut is straight into the Dark Dimension. Doctor Strange then, without hesitation, whips out his entire costume and cape right out of his red scarf, much in the way he did at the beginning of the film. Willingly and seemingly under his control, presents his third eye, says not in the least, and they fly off.
Yeah, he got a third eye right here, though. Now he do, because he, you know, entered the dark hole. And, you know, trying to save American Chavez. You feel me? Which she did. Which he did. And then, I don't know what happened to Wanda, but, you know what I'm saying, she stopped what she doing and stored the whole dark dimension. And, you know, in that tomb and shit. But yeah.
Now, as I said in the beginning of the prologue, this is an extremely poignant post-credit scene because it not only introduces Clea, we'll talk about that in a second, and promises a return to the Dark Dimension right in this very scene, but we see Doctor Strange willingly and under his own control open up that third eye. That same third eye that we same one from the other Doctor Strange.
Saw him right in the picture
at the end of the film, and the same third eye we saw on our Doctor Strange, but under much duress, literally in one of the last scenes of the film before the post-credit scene. So, in that short jump between when the film ends and this post-credit scene, what it's showing you is that while Wong asked, "Are you okay?"
Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are. Compose a cover.
You used the Darkhold, and he seemed to say, "Hey, I'm fine." The consequence was this third eye. You heard it under the extreme duress of all the musical.
So that was the consequence. Okay.
Much in the way from their battle. just moments ago in the third act of the film. But now here we are in a post-credit scene, literally just a minute later, and it seems as though he has come to terms with it and mastered it. Also remember, Wanda destroyed every version of the Darkhold across reality.
Yeah, everything.
So there's really no risk of Doctor Strange becoming more corrupted than he already is now. Of course, having a third eye was something that Doctor Strange also did in the comics. Occasionally he would sport this third eye, not in a metaphorical sense, but a literal sense, but that always came from the Eye of Agamotto. This seems to be much different. This seems to be a consequence of corruption of the Darkhold, but much in the way that the Ancient One used dark magic from the dark dimension, drawed on that to make herself powerful. You have to imagine if it's not going to corrupt him all the way, because he can't continue using the
That's what I was saying though, so ain't no dark hole, so what, you feel me, it ain't corrupted.
Any of those things, a little bit of the Darkhold power, without going any further, is actually going to make him a much more powerful being. It's good to see that he's brought it under control somewhat and not under the duress he was right at the end of the film. Speaking of a much more powerful being, Charlize Theron is playing Clea in the MCU, who happens to be the niece of Dormammu, which is why I think there's a chance that's exactly where they're going when she opens up a portal to the dark dimension. That's her original home. She's actually extremely powerful. In the comics, she only sees Doctor Strange when Doctor Strange travels there to stop Dormammu in the first place. She is a Fultine, if I'm pronouncing that right. She's a pure energy being, and when she comes under the tutelage of Doctor Strange, which I assume is going to happen in the third film or somewhere along in somebody else's film in the MCU, she eventually ends up taking up the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme. Let's not go and jump that far. We'd have to lose Doctor Strange in order for that to happen, and in the meantime, they'll probably get married before that. Yes, Doctor Strange has always had an affection for Christine Palmer, and they seem to address that in this film. But in the same way they addressed that in this film, they made it clear that at least in this universe, in our 616, Doctor Strange is not going to end up with a Christine Palmer. It wouldn't have it that he would take her out of one reality and put her in another to risk this incursion. Now, I said this was a poignant post-credit scene because on the surface, it introduces Clea, it sets up Doctor Strange 3, and it shows us that Doctor Strange has been able to overcome what little corruption he might have suffered from the Darkhold. But it also implies the consequences of Loki, what happened between him, Sylvie, and Kang, and this coming directly from Marvel Studios, that now not having He Who Remains in charge of keeping the multiverse in one piece is why the multiversal event happened during Doctor Strange and Spider-Man in No Way Home caused this multiverse break, and that's what I think is actually causing these incursions. Yes, Doctor Strange dreamwalking was implied during this film to be the reasons for that, and I don't think that those are mutually exclusive, but I also think that where he may have been able to avoid causing these incursions before, the actual cause is the lack of He Who Remains to stop the multiverse from incurring in the first place. So yeah, Doctor Strange may be the cause, but he may not have been if Kang had been there to stop him, which is
because if Kang was there, none of this is what happened. It won't be no Spider-Man No Way Home. It won't be Doctor Multiverse of Madness. It won't be none of this. It'll just be, you feel me? Because it will stop the madness. So yeah,
this is happening, and why the spell went so wrong during Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
So really, this post-credit scene that is very, very short. I don't even think it's a full minute long without a little bit of dialogue. Actually goes in a ton of different directions, setting up the future of the MCU. It's actually cleverly well done. Now, the second post-credit scene, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do any of that. It's just another joke for Bruce Campbell. We see him during the film when America Chavez and Doctor Strange get to the Illuminati reality with Supreme Mordo. She looks for pizza and immediately finds pizza balls, but doesn't pay for them. Bruce Campbell's playing a character called Pizza Papa and says that he needs to get paid. Doctor Strange casts a spell that makes him basically hit himself the way we do when we were
kids. Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that. That shit was funny. I saw
kids.
That.
It says it's gonna last 3 weeks. When we cut to the post-credit stinger,
oh, it's still lasting. Damn.
Bruce Campbell is all bruised up because he's literally been punching himself for 3 weeks, and it finally stops. And he looks at his hand and laughs a couple of times, then looks directly at the screen and says, "It's over," making one big pun because yeah, the spell's over, so he's not punching himself, but the film is over too. I actually really liked it, to be honest, and it also kind of felt self-aware. Marvel being like, oh, you thought we were giving you 2 post-credit scenes with another huge one? Oh, you...
Yeah, that's why I said Marvel ain't gonna do that. Marvel ain't gonna give you no 2 post-credit. They gonna give you 1 post-credit scene and call it a day. No cap.
Thought you were getting Deadpool coming in to the MCU.
Yeah, if it was without Deadpool, I ain't see no Deadpool. They got y'all too.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
It's also incredible to me that when Ryan Reynolds said that he wasn't in this film, he really wasn't in this film. I actually am glad that Marvel Studios didn't put him in. It just
cause it won't fit the movie. It wouldn't, like, cause he, you know, he like, yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you guys agree. Let me know.
I mean, yeah, y'all was, I mean, you know, some people is gullible in that motherfucker too. Some people is gullible. You feel me? You know, so not my peoples, but I know some other people. Yeah, y'all gullible as hell. No cap.
All your thoughts about the post-credit scenes, how hype you are for Charlize Theron, she's literally one of my favorites, as Clea in the MCU, and what in the world you think they are doing going back to the Dark Dimension. Surely Dormammu couldn't be of any help with any of this, and really it's all going to end up in a huge fight against Kang the Conqueror and wherever we see them next. Let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff.
But yeah, I give the movie 10 out of 10, man. You feel me? That was post-credit scene right there. You know what I mean? But hey, I give the movie 10 out of 10. Now, if y'all did watch it, let me know in the comments below if y'all did watch it. And on Friday, that's where everybody else watch it. Too, you know, it's Thursday and Friday, whatever, you know, every day. Yeah, type shit. Yeah. But yeah, like it up, sub, and yeah, all right. Peace.